ladies and gentlemen.
So here we go with 2 facts, 1 fake. Our first set of facts are about cats. Facts about cats.
All
Number
right.
1 year of a cat's life equals 15 years for a human. Number 2, cats can jump up to 9 times their height. Or number 3, cats have 18 toes. 2 of those are real, and 1 of those are fake.
18.
Can you spot the knot?
18 is not really divisible by 4, and they have 4 little paws, so I'm thinking that's a knot. And then what did you say, 17 years? That a cat's life is
No.
a year of
Number
a
1
cat's...
again, 1 year of a cat's life equals to 15 years of a human life. You know, like the whole
I don't
dog,
think that's right.
7
I've
years.
seen cats live to be like 20 human years. That would make that cat like 300 years old. So I'm going to say
And
the
I
cat
didn't
can
read
jump
that. I'm
8
sorry. And let me rephrase this real quick, just because I want to make sure that
Let's
you have
hear
your
the real
chance.
thing here.
Number 3 is cats have 18 toes on their back feet.
On their back feet. So there's 9 toe per paw on the back feet? 9?
I don't know.
I think they can jump at least 8 times their height. I believe that. Is that what you said, 8 times?
I said 9.
9? And I'm supposed to... Oh, there's only 1 fake? Oh, man.
Only 1 fake.
Well, I don't believe the one about the years of the life. I think that's the fake.
Okay. So, number 1. You think number 1 is the fake fact?
Yeah, you said it equals like
15.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about when a cat lives to be 20 human years old? That makes it 300 cat years?
Yeah.
That can't be right. Nothing lives
It
300.
actually is right.
That's not true.
It's true.
It's not true. I don't know where you're getting this information, but that's not science. That's
It's
not science.
I Googled it.
It's
Yes.
not science. You Googled it, so it's science now. Oh, we're going there.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Hey, get some fact
it's a
checkers on
fact.
this.
It's a fact.
Hold on, I'm pulling up the Googles.
Each cat, dogs is 7 years, cats is 15 years.
Each human year equals 15 cat years?
No, you're saying it wrong. 1 cat year equals 15 human years. So a cat ages 15 years for each year it lives.
So what about my cat that's like 20 years old or something?
Well, it's really freaking old. You got to
It's
remember.
like a 300-year-old cat.
But it's not an. It's the.
I'm not.
It's not like we're living on Mars, okay? It's.
I'm looking up cat years right now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, cat years.
Anyway, they can jump up to the fake fact was actually number 2. Cats can jump up to 9 times their height. Actually, cats can only jump 6 times their height.
Oh, come on.
6 times their height. That's the average jump for a
The
cat.
first year of a cat's life is equal to approximately 15 human years. And then, after that, things get a little bit more interesting because the second year of a cat's life is equal to an additional 9 years. After the second year of a cat's life, each additional year is equal to about 4 human years. I plead on a technicality that was not a complete question or fact or fake.
I have time constraints.
Because
okay?
the way I did my logic, I multiplied that out by 15 years. And that'd be a 300-year-old cat, but they took that into consideration.
I don't do math into that.
I'm betting that cats can jump as high as they want to. 6 times, 9 times.
They can't jump as high as they
on
want
what
to.
planet? Were we talking about on the moon?
No.
Or just here?
The average cat. You got to go with
the
averages.
average
Yeah, you
cat.
got to go with averages because that's what you're going to run off of. The average cat can jump 6 times their height.
I want to tell you that there were more than 1 fake on that one.
No.
The one about the years was a fake. You should have called this 1 fact, 2 fakes.
Let me get my phone.
I still get the prize, right?
Hang on. I'm going to go back to what I Googled.
I've Googled the same thing you did right here.
Well,
Cat
your
years to
Google's,
human
your
years.
Google's probably different.
What is 29 cat years in human years? Let's just see what that has to say. It says 1 is 15, 2 is 25, 3 is 29, 4 is 33.
It just
There's
doesn't even make
16
sense
more,
that they change.
16 more rows. So I'm going to say that 20-year-old thing that I was doing my thing on, when you said they're each worth 15, I said that'd be a 300-year-old cat. Well, on this scale, it says a 20-year-old cat is only 97. And that makes a whole lot more sense.
So anyway, so number 3, cats do have 18 toes. I didn't mean back toes. I said it right the first time. You confused me because I was thinking.
Now there's 3 fakes and no facts.
No, it was right the way I said it. You made me change
18
it.
on the back feet. It's
No,
like
I
that's
didn't-
9 toes per paw.
That's not what I said to begin with, though. I said that cats
So
have
what, they
18
got
toes.
5 on each back
You
foot and
changed
4
my
on the
thinking.
front feet.
Yeah,
Is that what's up?
Yeah.
No, I can believe that.
that's real.
I can believe that.
The way I said it the first time was right. Then the way you said it, I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's back feet. I don't. They're like 18 toes. They're
So,
9 on me.
This has been a great episode of 3 fakes and no
See what
facts.
happens when you miss a month? See what happens? Anyway.
Do you have another one?
I have 2 more, actually.
Oh, well-
They're, I'm sure, just as good.
Bring it on. Are we going to open this up to the folks
Hold
at
on.
home,
Listen,
or is
listen,
this for me
listen,
again?
listen.
You gonna try
The
and mess
first
with-
year of a cat's life is equal to 15 years. Yes, that's what you said.
Yes.
Okay,
first
then
year.
that one is a fact. Because it says 1 year of a cat's life. You have to understand the way I read. I said 1 year of a
1
cat's
year,
life is equal to. That's 1 year is equal to. That's fact.
The first year.
The way I read it is
The first
important.
year. 1 year.
Cats can jump up to
You should have
6
read
times.
it year
That's the fact.
1 is equal to 15.
It's 1 year. Your
Year
first
one.
year is 1 year.
Well, year 1.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe on a
Anyway,
technicality
let
you
me
can
ask
take
the
that.
judges. Judges, Eric's right. There you go. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, they were there for a reason. Okay, so the the fake fact was number 2, and you got that one wrong. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm just going by the rules. So that's 1 for me,
Okay.
Eric.
We'll give you 1.
It was confusing. I will agree with it was confusing for you. I knew what I was doing. All right, our second.
You knew what you were doing the whole time.
I knew what I was
totally
doing.
understand.
All right, let's get into second round of 2 facts, 1 fake.
Hit me.
Facts about frisbees.
Oh, yeah.
Facts
That's
about
that's my area.
Frisbees. All right, I know you're a hippie. You're gonna like this. All right, number 1. Frisbees were patented by Wham-O Toy Company in 1947. Number 2, the first Frisbees were made out of tin lids and cake pans in the 1930s. Number 3, the longest disc thrown was 338 meters or 1,108.92 feet. 2 of those are
330 meters, you say?
338 meters.
That is a really, really
1,000.
long
It
throw.
equals to 1,108.92 feet.
Were they throwing that like with a massive updraft or something?
I was not there. I just
Mhm.
know what the record is recorded as, or it's not real.
I believe
I don't
Wham-O
know.
did patent the Frisbee. I'm kind of believing that. I think that's true. The second one, what was that about? Have cake pans and lids.
The first Frisbees were
think that's-
tin lids and cake pans in
I
1930s.
think that's crap. I mean, who knows what the first Frisbees were? I'm sure people threw discs. As long as there's been discs, they just didn't call them Frisbees, and they weren't as cool as the Wham-O Frisbee. So I'm going to say that middle one's crap, and the other 2 are factual. The distance is probably attainable. You'd have to have a heck of an arm to throw over a whole football field. But I bet it's been done. It probably had a nice tailwind and an updraft.
Well, before we get to that, I want to say hi to Randall Hub. He's on today. He said, we're killing it. That's awesome. Thank you, Randall, for joining us. I appreciate it.
I hope we haven't killed anybody out there.
Killing it.
Oh,
Not them.
okay.
Okay, so let's show how wrong you are. Number 1, Frisbees were patented by Wham-O Toy Company in 1947. Well, we'll get back to that. Actually, that's the fake fact. They were patented by Wham-O Company, but in 1957.
Oh,
That's
just change one number and a date.
That's not factual.
Sneaky bugger.
Okay, now number 2, the Frisbees were the first Frisbees were tin lids and cake pans in the 1930s. That is actually true because there was cake pans by a company called Frisbee. It's spelled a little differently, but the guy and his wife would take those pans and they would throw them back and forth to each other, and people, passersby, would go, "Whoa, gent, that looks like a good time," back in the 1930s, and they would sell the pans for 25 cents to people to play Frisbee with, and they only cost them 5 cents, so they were making 20 cents a pie pan.
Bam.
So that's a true. And then it changed and modified a little bit back up until the 57 when Whammo bought it and actually patented it as the Frisbee.
Wow.
And number 3, the longest disc thrown was 338 meters. That is a fact. There's a whole
338 meters. Yeah,
338 meters. It's a very long way, and I'm sure it was a good windy day and all that. But that's what the record is recorded as. There's also the record for the longest upper hand throw, lower hand throw, between your legs catches, many hours thrown back and forth between two
But
people
if
without
Eric
dropping
were to
it.
cite that on 2 Facts, 1 Fake, he'd probably change one of the inches at the end of the throw. Like, it was 333 meters.
10 years. 10 years.
4.
10 years is a big gap. Okay, that's a noticeable change. Anyway, so that's 2 for Eric. Now I'll do this. I'll have this fun thing at the end here. So, because right now there's no possible mathematical way you can win.
Actually, I have 1 from the last time we played, and you have 2, and we have 1 left, so I could at least tie you, right?
Well, I guess if you did it that way, you could figure out a way. I was going to say
the running total shows
I was going to
us
say this
poised
last
for a
game.
tie.
I was going to say this last section was going to be worth 3 points. So if you win, you win.
Well, how about I win? I want to be guaranteed that I win before I play.
All
I
right.
learned that from my older
We're going to
brother
play this
when I was
last
a
one
kid.
in Bizarro World. So if you get
All
it
right.
wrong, you get it right.
Perfect.
All right.
That sounds like science to me.
You're losing. Anyway, so our last segment, or our last turn in this segment, 2 Facts, 1 Fake, is facts about. Sorry if I got too loud there. Jimi Hendrix. I knew you'd like
gone
this
musical.
one. I know you'd
I'm
like
sure
this
there's
one.
going to be some obscure crap though. Has
No,
nothing to do
no,
with music.
no. Easy stuff. How many hairs did Jimmy have on his head? No. Okay. Here we go. Number 1. Jimmy wasn't well known in the United States until after he got popular in the UK. Number 2. Jimmy only released 4 records. Number 3. At 19, Jimmy had let me start over. At 19, Jimmy had to choose either to go to jail or go to the Army. He chose the Army.
I know that happened to a lot of folks
2
back
of those
then.
are facts. 1 of those are fake. Can he spot the knot right here on 2 Facts or 1 Fake? We'll be right back after this message from Rice-A-Roni.
Run me through those one more
Okay.
time real fast.
Number 1, Jimmy wasn't well known in the States until after he got popular in the UK.
I believe that's true.
Number 2, Jimmy only released 4 albums.
Don't know. He had Electric Ladyland. He had Experience. What else do you have? Come on.
I don't know.
He may have only.
I mean, I might, but I don't.
And then what's the last one?
Number 3, Jimmy, at 19, Jimmy had to choose either go to jail or go to the Army, and he chose the Army.
So I've decided the first one's true. Between the other 2, it's going to be hard to say. I don't really think Jimmy was in the Army, but I don't know for sure. I'm going to say that one's the fake.
You're saying that the fact that he went to the Army was a fake?
Let me look at your face real quick.
I hate when you do this to me.
I didn't say final answer. What did I do to you?
I'm not telling you yet.
And in between, you had the one that's 4 albums. He only made 4 albums. It's like,
Yeah, most people think as famous as he is, he had way more than that.
well, they released a lot of albums after he passed away as well. So I mean, there's
Well, the
albums
question was-
on as well.
Or the statement was Jimmy only had 4, so that would be like Jimmy when he was alive.
So you're asking how many did he make
How ma-
purposely
how-
while he was alive?
Yeah. He released 4 albums. That's the statement. So he would have to be alive for him to release.
Okay, I'm going to change my answer and say that middle one, that second one, that's the wrong one. And that he did go to the Army. A lot of people had to go to the Army to avoid jail. You know the whole Bob Dylan song, join the Army if you fail. Subterranean Homesick Blues, it's a line in there. Yep. I'm just going to say, since it's possible. It's possible. I don't know anything about the middle one, how many albums he made. So we'll go with the, what did I say we'll go with? The albums is the crap
I think you
one.
said 3 was the fake.
I did that first, and I changed
And that's
it to
what we're
number
going
2.
with.
I decided number 2 was fake.
Yes, number 2 is the fake. He only released 3 albums.
Oh,
And you
yeah,
named
there
2
you go,
of them.
changing the number by 1 again, you sneaky devil.
That's
Make
the
it
way it's
really
supposed-
believable.
It's close.
What were the 3 that he released? Electric Ladyland, Experience. I don't even know if that's the correct.
There's one of them with a really weird name.
I'll use the Google.
Ladyland.
I'll use the Google.
Experience.
Don't hurt your brain. I got this.
Well, I just looked them up today too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we have Are You Experienced, Bold as Love, Access, Bold as Love, and Electric Lady.
Yeah, that's the second one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3. So technically you got it wrong because you said 3 was fake first, which he did. But
I did not say final
you know,
answer,
actually,
and nothing was
poor,
revealed.
poor Jimmy got really ridiculed and abused while he was in the Army, probably because of his color. I mean, let's just be honest. But also they had stole his he begged his dad to send him his guitar. I think he was stationed in Alabama maybe. But he begged his dad to send him his guitar, and he did. And after he got it, he started to feel better because he kind of escaped it from Army life by playing music. And then there was guys in his troop that ended up taking the guitar away from him and hiding him, and they treated him pretty poorly. But he finally eventually would get it back, and he started doing little shows around the Army base and all that, and he kind of started feeling better about himself. But then one of the higher-ups deemed him unworthy to serve, and they discharged him. Now, I don't know if that was because they liked him and they just thought, you need to get out of here before something happens to you, and that's just the excuse they used, or if maybe he just wasn't a very good soldier, which, who knows?
Either way, you're not in Vietnam anymore.
Either way, you're not going to Vietnam. That's right. So, but there you go. So, okay, well, since you changed your, I didn't say anything about being able to change, but whatever. Kenan got that. So we're going back to the original.
So I got 3 for that.
We're going back to
and
the original
I
of 1 point for 3. And so I win. So we're tied. So we'll go with that.
I think I'm now ahead by 2 or something. What was the deal with this?
No.
You gave me 3 for
you
that
got
one.
2 right the first time and 1 wrong. So you won.
So now
this
I
time
have 4 and you have 2.
This time I got 2 right and you got 1 wrong.
Okay.
I mean, I could, if you're one of
So now
those
we're
kind
tied?
of
Is
people
that what
that
you're
need
saying?
you, yeah, we're tied. I mean, if you're one of those kind of people that need me to feather up the points so you feel better, that's fine. If you're that kind of insecure person, but if you're not, I mean, you're a man.
I just need you to do what you said you were going to do. That's all. Just
I did.
just uphold your
I
word.
was trying
Just,
to make you feel better.
Say
I didn't want you to feel
say
like
what you mean and mean what you say. That's all
I
I'm
meant
asking.
what I said. You lost.
About the 3 points thing. I'm referring back.
Well,
to the
I
3
was
points
doing
thing.
that to make you feel better because you couldn't mathematically
You know,
win.
Eric, I feel so much better now that you
Great.
stole my point from me.
No. Stealing is such a. It's not a good.
It's harsh.
Thanks for joining us for 2 facts, 1.
Where Eric is just far enough away from me here that I can't actually hit him.
Boom.
But that was a fun time. Those are interesting things.
Yeah, you
It's
learned
very
something
stimulating,
Here. You learned
Eric.
something here. Makes you think. And I wonder. Nobody was throwing guesses on the comments, which I'm really surprised because
No.
they normally would try to do that.
Back to Eric Hamlin.
Back to me. After my stellar victory against Kenan in 2 facts, 1 fake, I have just enough confidence now to grab my